Julian as our dedicated trials coaches there at BUMPY on the 9-acre trials park. Doing the demonstration today we've got Dan Thorpe. He's been 2 times British expert champion and he's also the current British Novogar champion for 2010. We've got some Kickstart style obstacles set up. Don't know if any of you remember the TV programme from the late 90s. They're all fairly simple obstacles, bearing in mind we're used to riding out straight, riding slowly, using his balance, throttle and clutch control. It's just riding till the point of balance on the seesaw and then tipping it over. Now he's just showing off. This is the ladder. Dan's going to keep both wheels, his front and his rear wheel, nice and light across the logs, trying to avoid the wheels dropping in the holes. He's going to use a bit more speed here as well. A bit more difficult now. Dan's going to try and ride the ladder, keeping his front wheel in the air all the time. It takes a great deal of skill to do this. Just watch how much Dan's working to keep the front wheel in the air. It's 5 inches wide and Dan's rear tyre is 4.5 inches wide, so he's got no room for error. There's a small step up onto the beam, so that makes it even more difficult to keep the balance. Wobbling a little bit there. Let's see if he can stop on the beam now and balance. So the way that we like to balance on the trials bikes is to turn the front wheel to the side. So doing this on the beam makes it really quite difficult. We've stalled the bike now, so let's see if we can stay on the beam whilst he restarts it. Just about to lose his front wheel there. Gas 125. He's used to riding a 300 bike, so you can see just how much power the little 125 has got there. It's done right on the back wheel, and he nearly went off the back. Okay, onto the Pallet pyramid now, here in front of me. Dan's going to keep the front wheel nice and light. He's going to lean back and accelerate as he goes up the pyramid. Then leaning back as he goes off to the other side. You'd use the same technique if you're riding up and down rough or uneven ground and down hills. A bit more advanced now. Dan's going to keep his front wheel in the air as he rides over the pallet. You'd use this if you was going to ride over a higher obstacle, maybe something a bit tight. To get the front wheel onto the pallets, then he'll compress the suspension using his knees and he'll accelerate again to get the bike, the rear wheel of the bike up onto the pallets. And you use the same technique on anything on steps, probably up to 6 or 7 foot before you'd start needing to do a bit of a jump. Bit harder now. Dan started with his front wheel on the pallets. He's going to have to really use the energy from his legs, compress the suspension and skip the back wheel up just like you would if you were riding a cycle trials. Any of you that saw me trying this earlier, it's quite difficult. I'm not too good at it. So Dan's going to try and keep both wheels in the air as he goes over the plank. It's 8 inches high and he'll first lift the front wheel and then compress the suspension and lift the back wheel over. Did that really easy, could have gone a couple of inches higher on the plank there. You can See the amount of effort he's putting in with his legs and his arms to get the bike over there. And from the side, let's see if he can go back again. Just turn around in on the other side of the limbo, so he's working all the time. Not causing any problems at that height. So we'll go one lower. And again, nice. Oh, I was just about to say nice and easy. Stood up a bit too soon there. Okay, we're moving it down one lower now. And the bike still fits under the bar. So all Dan's got to worry about is getting his body underneath. Now, I saw him have a full English breakfast this morning and 3 bread rolls for lunch, so we'll see if he's as bendy as he should be. Just caught his helmet there on the bar, so he's got to keep his head down a little bit lower this time. Only just. Onto the lowest setting of the bar now, and Dan's going to show you the bike doesn't actually fit underneath. The handlebars just catch the bar. So what Dan's going to have to do is going to have to keep the handlebars exactly straight, and any small twitches in the steering will make the handlebars hit the bar. And he's going to have to come, not over it, Dan, under. He's going to have to compress the suspension and then worry about getting his body underneath. This is the most difficult obstacle that we've got here. See if Dan's doing a few more stretches. And see if he can get underneath. Should be nice and warmed up by now though, Dan. You've been riding for a few hours now. So he's got to get lined up dead straight to the bar. Got underneath fairly easily there. It's more difficult from that side. He's not got as much room to get straight. So it's nice and easy there. So that concludes our demonstration from Dan Thorpe. Round of applause, 2010 Novogar British Champion. And if anyone wants any more information,